Every day, I make the 2-hour-long bus ride from home to school and back. Because of my heavy reliance on public transportation, my day typically begins at 8 a.m. and ends at 9 p.m., ready to go to bed and start over again the next day. My mother, however, has always disliked the excessive amount of time that I spend in the public sphere, volunteering, traveling, or studying. She would always call me a callejera, a woman of the streets, someone who is always out and about in the city and never at home. She would tell me that there's work to do, there's food to cook, there's mouths to feed, there's dishes to wash, there's laundry to hang up and fold and dry. This is the idea that reinforces that women have no place outside of the home, and that I, as my mother's child, cannot possibly amount to anything outside of this limited role. In Gloria Anzaldúa's book, Las Fronteras, or Borderlands, she speaks of this concept called the mestiza consciousness. It is a consciousness of duality, of embracing ambiguity and contradiction, of being two contrasting identities at the same time, despite their differences. This consciousness, this concept, has allowed me to occupy borderland spaces, yet despite this, I still feel very restricted. She eloquently articulates how there are three directions a woman can take. She can walk towards the church as a nun, she can walk towards the streets as a prostitute, or she can walk towards a home as a mother. And for many of us, we are beginning to carve out this new direction, the path to education or a career, but unlike cemented paved grounds, it feels as though, for me, that I'm constantly walking on a tightrope, like the crisscrossing cables that decorate skies. Because although I have the common female experience, I don't always feel like I fall into this category of a woman. For a large period of my life, I wasn't allowed to cut my hair. Because when a young girl turns 15, she celebrates her birthday with untouched, virginal, long hair. A quinceañera is a passage to womanhood, ultimately leading to marriage, with long hair being deemed as desirable and beautiful. And so as I approached the age of 17, I asked my mother for a haircut as a birthday gift. She was startled and she was upset. But in the end, I was able to cut off almost 3 feet of my hair. Meanwhile, my cousins in Mexico were being prepped at the age of 17 to learn how to become married mothers. And so, I recall during this time period that people would always tell me that they didn't understand why I would ever want to cut my hair off because they thought it was so long and it was so beautiful, but I never felt this way because I always wanted to hide myself. And so this haircut provided validation of my queerness and enabled me to explore different forms of gender expression. But despite my happiness, I know that it made others feel uncomfortable as my mother grows wary with finding out about who I am and my true identity. And so with my hair growing back, I know now more than ever that I have to leave home, not ever in any attempts to disassociate myself from my family or from my language or from my culture. But rather to relearn them and to learn to define my queerness and my gender. Because I know that I can never separate myself from who I am or where I come from. And like Anzaldúa, I am learning to embody this duality, these ambiguities, this mestiza consciousness, because I know that I am American and I am Mexican, I am of European descent and I am of indigenous descent, I am mestiza and I am Chicanx, I am queer and I am a woman, but I don't always quite feel like one either. I am my father and I am my mother. I am my language and I am my culture. And ultimately, more than anything, I know that I am home wherever I go and wherever that may take me. Thank you for listening.